a reason for that. So yeah, I thought, I finished my tasks already, so why don't I just like try to make a video in the middle of all that? So yeah. Anyways, so today I feel like I ruined this intro, but whatever. I'm just like yapping and also not focused, but I'll try to focus. Okay. So I find that usually the people who like don't like Verena or like are indifferent towards her, I feel like those people take a lot of shit because the people who love Verena do not understand how someone can be indifferent towards her or don't like her story or don't like her powers, or, you know. But people in the fandom need to understand that, like, it's all about tastes and preferences. If you like Verena, if you like her design, if you like her story, maybe someone else prefers characters with like a villain story or characters who are more plain, less flamboyant, you know, like it's all about tastes and preferences. And I think the same thing can be said about ships. So for example, I have seen a lot of people shipping this or that, and then if someone says, oh no, honestly, like for me, this character, I ship it, what the hell? I ship them with this or that other character, people are going to lose their shit, which I think is absolutely insane because they're all fictional characters freaking tracker if you want us to track like Aranaras or whichever other creature, NPC or whatever. So yeah, like give us an in-game tracker. Okay. Fourth hot take. The quality of Genshin Impact and other Hoyo games is taken for granted until you see what other games have to offer. I have to agree with this. When I get tired of Genshin Impact, I turn to other Hoyo games, such as Honkai Star Rail, for example. Sadly, in Honkai Star Rail, I haven't played that much, so I don't have a lot of characters, and I don't have a lot of characters leveled up, and I missed out on a lot of things. So when I go back, I pull for a character, I try to level them up a little bit, and then I'm completely unmotivated, and then I feel defeated, and I decide to turn to another game. For example, before Wuwa, I used to turn to any other game that I could find that looked like Genshin or Honkai Star Rail. And honestly, I think I tried at least one on the channel, and honestly, those games are not like, I understand that a lot of people might like them, and that's good for those people. Like, I'm not judging them or criticizing them or whatever, but those games do not float my boat, whether it comes to the play style, the combat style, or what's like even worse, I feel, and which is super important to me, is like the design. So it's either the character design or the like environment design, or yeah, sometimes you don't even have like world exploration. It's like one fight to another and that's it. You're just like fighting and that's it. Like there's no like world exploration, and I don't like that. I play Genshin mostly because of the world exploration and because the world is beautiful and the characters are like well designed and everything. So it is true, I think the entire Genshin community takes, well, I say the entire, but I'm exaggerating, but a lot of us do take these games for granted, and I'm including ZZZ and Honkai, and I don't want to say anything about Honkai 3rd because I tried it for an hour and then I was like, eh. But for the other three games, I think we take them for granted until like we go and try other games, and then we're like, yeah, the Hoyo quality is something. And I understand that in Genshin Impact they don't give us rewards enough to like, you know, reward us for the time that we spend in game, and like you have that system where like you can only farm for this or that on that specific day, which you don't seem to have in Honkai Star Rail, which is really cool. And Honkai Star Rail does give you a lot of rewards, and so that's easy from my understanding. Even like through the events and everything, Genshin is like maybe the most stingy one, I think, but the others are still are really cool. And I mean, even Genshin, it's still really cool because like you can still be F2P and like win the game challenges, and then started adding stuff that you had to like pay for in game that made no sense. And then they also retconned the entire story, which was really weird. Like the game started really well, it was amazing, and then it forced a lot of us to stop playing just because they did like some very weird shit, which I think Genshin never did. In all honesty, I feel like Genshin never did that. So I'm talking about Genshin mainly because it is the game that I play, but I don't think any of the other Hoyo games ever did that. So yeah, I don't know. Okay, that's where we're at. I'm really trying to stay focused, but yeah. Anyways, another Genshin hot takes. Liyue was peak Genshin. Honestly, I think a lot of us who started playing from the beginning do think that, but there were a lot of good arcs in Genshin. I think a lot of people would say that Fontaine was peak Genshin, which I don't necessarily agree with because I played during Liyue and Mondstadt, and for me those were peak Genshin, so I do agree with this one. I know that Fontaine was like incredible for so many, and it was amazing. I personally did not like the beginning of the Art Conquest in Fontaine because it had the whole trial thing to it where you had to investigate. I would just rather complete a story and like, you know, do some fighting, or I don't want to do like investigations like I was really in court, you know. I don't, not my thing. But still, it was really good. It was a really good one. However, Liyue, and we're not necessarily talking about our conquest, like Liyue exploration, Liyue world quest, Liyue characters. It was just such an exciting moment because like we were just getting out of Mondstadt, and then all of a sudden we get this big region that's like 3 times the size of Mondstadt, and it's so beautiful, and the background music is incredible, and we get new characters, and like an Argon quest that was I think in my opinion it was like longer than the first one. So for me, I was sold. Like I knew I would continue playing Genshin after Liyue, like I was certain of it. So I have to agree with this one. Liyue was peak Genshin in terms of everything. I wouldn't say in terms of characters because there are better characters in like other regions, but Liyue really was peak Genshin, and I'm not including Genuvel in this, but yeah. Yeah. Okay, but yeah, do let me know what you think. I'm really curious to know because I know that, for example, Natlan, as you might already know, really didn't float my boat. It's probably one of my least favorite regions. But I know that it was peak for a lot of people. I know that Sumeru was peak for a lot of people. I know that Inazuma was peak for it's like it really depends on everybody's preferences. So yeah, do let me know which one of like the arcs was like peak for you in Genshin in terms of anything: Argon quest, exploration, characters, background music, challenges, like just hunting, achievements and stuff. I am really curious to know about that. Okay, let's go to another one. Sumeru was really good, but not as good as people claim it to be. Honestly, choices impacted the NPCs. It was really sad, but I did like the fact that he added that. Like it was really nice to see that in the game. Well paced. I don't know. I felt like it was really short compared to other like other our conquests. Like for example, we're talking about Sumeru. Sumeru was like super long, in my opinion, and then Natlan was just, I don't know. I think maybe in 3 hours you can easily, like, if you wait till now till it's been completely released to like finish it, you can like maybe in 3 to 4 hours you can complete it, you know. And it's not that long in my opinion, so I would say well paced, especially since I feel makes sense. So it's like it really depends. There's too much dialogue no one cares about. Like they did not really specify which aspect of it bothered them, as in, is it like world quests? Is it events? Is it, they didn't really specify, so I don't know. But I have to say, it really depends. For Archon quests, I don't agree, but for world quests, depending on which Archon quest, I could possibly agree. So, yeah. Okay, another one. I think I have to question myself. Am I the one who wrote it? Is this my hot take? But no, it's not. It's definitely not. Paimon is annoying. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to make sense of what I typed for this. Paimon is annoying. Okay, and then I typed between brackets. I said, no, that is my comment. Okay, so Paimon is annoying is from Reddit, but then between brackets it's my comment. I said, no, it is just her English voice that is annoying. So there is part of a truth to that. And again, you guys, this, like what I'm commenting, is just my personal opinion. I am not judging you or criticizing you. If you have a different opinion than mine, I will not be hating on you if you have a different opinion than mine, and I will not try to influence your opinion. This is just my opinion. This video is for the sake of ASMR, relaxation, and just yapping. So, just want to get that out of the way, okay, for starters. And then I will say, I do think that Paimon's English voice is more annoying, and it makes Paimon even more annoying than her other, like their voice in other languages. And especially even more with everything that happened with the voice actor that voices Paimon in English, with them bullying other voice actors and stuff. I don't want to talk about the whole VA drama, but that really did reinforce my opinion on all of this. But Paimon is annoying no matter the language. Her Japanese, for example, right now I'm playing in Japanese, and like her Japanese voice is a bit more tolerable than the English one. It is still high pitched. Paimon's still like kind of like screamy, yelly, but it's a bit more tolerable. However, Paimon as a character, no matter her voice, is freaking annoying because she speaks for the MC, and I know that it is made to be that way, but like, why the MC has voice actors do? We heard their voices, like why can't we like speak? Why can't the MC speak? That's the first thing. Second of all, I feel like most of the time Paimon participates to say stupid shit. Like, what? So sometimes it's not even relevant, like what she's saying, and she's like all whiny. It's like, Paimon as a character is annoying to me. Doesn't matter if she's voiced or not voiced. If she last one. You guys don't have to go fast about these just because the video's ending, but there are too many female characters in game, and with this one that I leave you with, I have to agree, there are way too many female characters. Give us male characters. We want male characters. Too many waifus. We like the waifus. We love the waifus. Give us more male. Please. Please. Too many waifus. Anyway, guys, that is the end of our video today. That was it for me. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was fun for you to watch and listen to. It's time for me to wish you